Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So today's video is going to be a conversation about infertility, what I've gone through with infertility, as well as talk about the Stork OTC. If you guys are interested in learning about my infertility journey, as well as learning about the Stork OTC, which is something that you can get online or over the counter at some of the local drugstores, then keep watching. So, as you guys know, I have been on this infertility journey for some time now. I have not been on the journey as long as a lot of people that I do know, and I haven't had as many situations, like deep situations like they have, like natural killer cells and things like that, but I do struggle with infertility. I was diagnosed with PCOS back in, what year was that? 2012, and it was around the time my husband was about to deploy when I found out, and so I was trying to get my body ready so that when he did come home we can start TTCing again. Little did I know that my tubes were blocked. Both of my fallopian tubes were blocked. I had to have an HSG done, which is what tells you yes, your tubes are blocked, or they're open, they're partially open, that sort of thing. Both of my tubes were blocked, so I had to do a surgery, which is called a hysteroscopy for that. So I scheduled that appointment. One of the military wives, who was like my best friend at the time, she drove me to the hospital. She took care of me afterwards and all of that jazziness. And then we started the process of TTCing. I started taking a pill called letrozole, I believe is how it's pronounced, and I was unsuccessful with that, so my doctor decided to pull out the big guns. And to backtrack, the doctor, my infertility doctor, aka my RE, happened to be one of the #1 doctors in the United States. He's actually been featured in Baby Magazine, etc., etc. So with that being said, he wanted to pull out the big guns, so we started doing the injectables. When I say injectables, the injectables I'm talking about are the same injectables that people that do IUI and IVF, they do these same type of injectables. They have a plethora of different kinds of injectables like Femera, etc., that you can do. But the one for my choice was Menopur. If you guys are not familiar with Menopur, I'll leave a link down in the description box for you guys to check out the video on Menopur and how I was injecting myself with the Menopur. I also was taking Cetrotide. I would do the Cetrotide first thing in the morning, and then I would do the Menopur in the afternoon. And the thing is, you want to make sure that you did those injectables at that exact time every day. So it was a little bit difficult because my husband's schedule changed and I'm too scared to turn the needle on myself. Y'all know I'm chicken like that. But yeah. So with doing those injectables, we did one cycle, unsuccessful. I had a cyst that sort of grew and almost ruptured. So I had to wait a cycle, and then he put me on birth control so that it would go down and I would get my period as normal. And then I did another cycle of injectables, and that is when I conceived my son. I was on bed rest a lot of the time throughout my pregnancy because it was a high-risk pregnancy. I formed preeclampsia early on in my pregnancy. I was group B strep positive in my pregnancy. And then after a day and a half of being in labor, I actually had to have an emergency C-section. So y'all get the gist. So with that being said, fast forward to this year. Well, no, technically last year. We wanted to try to have a baby, try to have a second baby, which will 9 times out of 10 be our last baby, because we are of age, and I'm not trying to be having no babies at 40 years old. My mom did. I'm her only child, but I ain't trying to go that route, okay? I'm trying to be young, fit, and be able to run after my babies and be fabulous. You know what I'm saying? So, we transitioned to a different state because my husband's military, so I had to start over with the whole process of infertility and things like that, and I had to find a new doctor. Well, with going over my history, him getting my medical records and things like that, He wanted to do another HSG on me just to make sure that my tubes were not blocked again, because in the beginning my tubes were blocked. I had never been pregnant before, and we couldn't figure out why my tubes were blocked. So had the HSG done again. This time it was actually in an office versus at a hospital, and come to find out, my right tube was blocked but my left tube was open. So I had the option of, you know, just trying the medication, you know, with the one tube, but I wanted to up my chances because I knew I already had, you know, the odds against me because I have PCOS, everything that happened with my surgeries and things like that, and then having the C-section. I knew that there's a possibility of more scarring in there. So we went ahead and we had the surgery again. I'll also link that video down in the description box. That one is hilarious because you can see, like, when I woke up, my husband was cracking up because he's never there when I have my surgeries because he's always working. But that day he happened to get the day off, and he was hysterically laughing at me when I woke up from that surgery. So I had the surgery. He reopened my right tube. Everything looked perfectly fine. My he did notice that I had endometriosis forming, so he diagnosed me with PCOS and endometriosis now. But it was a successful surgery. After that, we started Clomid. He asked me if I wanted to start Clomid. I said yes, for the simple fact that I knew about Clomid. I've heard great stories about Clomid, but I've also heard some weary stories about Clomid, about how people get pregnant with Clomid and they end up losing their pregnancy. So I was always a little bit skeptical. I had my fingers crossed the whole time because I was terrified, and I knew that if the Clomid did not work, I would have to do the injectables. And with the insurance that we have now, the injectable cycles, oh God, like, it's a whole nother savings account that you have to do with those injectables. It's not like when we had TRICARE and they took care of all of that. But we tried the Clomid. I was on 50 milligrams of Clomid, and I believe it was cycle day 5 through 9. And I did 2 cycles of the Clomid, and then on the 3rd cycle is when I actually conceived. We're not sure whether it's a boy or girl. I'm actually 18 weeks now. If you guys want to follow my journey for my pregnancy updates and things like that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so that way you get notifications. But I conceived this baby through Clomid, and then I actually ran into this company called the Stork, and I've noticed it at, what location was that? I noticed it at Target one day when I was looking at pregnancy tests because I thought I was pregnant when I really wasn't pregnant. This was when, I want to say I was on the 1st cycle of Clomid, and I noticed a box that looked like this, and I was like, interesting. I wonder, does it really work? So I did some research and things like that, and come to find out, people have had success stories with that, with this actual kit, and it's something that you can get over the counter. Now with this company, they actually sent me a bag, which I think is actually pretty cute, and I plan on using it. They sent me some frequently asked questions. They also sent me a couple of brochures, and then they also sent me one of the boxes that has the product in it. So you can find this product at CVS, drugstore.com, Walgreens.com, and also available at Target and Target.com. Depending on the location, you'll be able to find this. If not, you can always find it online. There's plenty of videos on how to use this product, and I actually found one very good and in-depth video on how to use this product, and I'm going to link that down in the description box for you guys. So this is an option for my ladies that are in the IUI cycle or trying to save up for IVF. This is one of those things, because if you look, let me see if I can show you. If you look at the back, it gives you an idea of how you use this product. And this is an at-home contraceptive aid. I have never used this product, but I do know one person who did actually use it, and she did actually conceive, and she has a healthy baby boy. But this is what it looks like when you take it out of the package. And this almost looks like a condom. But like I said, I've never used this before, so I don't want to say this is how you do this, that, and the third. I'm going to direct you to a video that's in depth that will show you exactly how to use this product. But I did want to introduce this to my ladies that are TTCing that have infertility issues. And you can also use this for the women that have the male factor infertility, because there are some men that has a low sperm count, and you can actually use this product. I've actually seen some videos on this where women have conceived with male factor infertility. So this product does actually work, and it can save you some points, hunty. So yeah, I hope this video was informative for you guys. If you guys want more videos on this product, I will leave that in the description box below. If you guys also want to know more about infertility, as far as like my journey, or how does TRICARE pay for certain things, because I get that question a lot from military wives, leave that in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will check you guys next time. Bye. And she was looking on my left side and couldn't find the baby. But the minute she went to the right side, which is where I'm feeling like these flutters and stuff like that, she found the baby's heartbeat. I was like, thank you, God. So